Hey, welcome back to the channel, my friends. So, I just woke up and I think I still have bed hair. I don't know. So, I don't know why I decided to make a video. Kakagising ko lang. Anyway, in this video, we're going to answer a very frequently asked question. What tools should I get? Like, as a beginner, what tools should I get? I want to get into woodworking. What tools should I get? So, it's a very simple question, but has so many factors and variables to consider on what tools you should get as a beginner. Because we can understand that woodworking tools are a bit expensive. Some are expensive, some are not. Some are readily available, some are, well, of course not. So, to answer your question, I'm going to show you what tools I got as a beginner. So, first, we should address what type of woodworking are you going to go into, what projects, what type of furniture, let's say big furniture, small furniture, cabinets, shelves. So let me pause for a while and think for my next line. What tools? So after answering that question on what projects you're going to do, from there we can decide what tools you should get. Because buying tools and then it's not fit to your category of woodworking, you're just gonna waste a ton of money. I was enamored by the woodworkings of Japanese carpenters I watch in YouTube, so I wanted to do those kinds of woodworking. The first tools I got, sobrang haba na ng intro. So let's just get to the tools what I got. So let's get to it. So yeah, I got my the exact tools I got when I did my first project. So to answer, wait, I'll get my lapel. Lapel. So I got a lapel so that I could, I think, have better audio. Let me just plug it in. So to generally answer your question on what tools should I get as a beginner, so first I've listed them into categories, general categories: a cutting tool, a measuring tool, a driving tool, and a sanding tool. So I just got a random scrap piece of wood, slap a piece of sandpaper, and I just sand. And there's one more. I know there's 5. Wait, let me check the script. Right. And a clamping tool. So this is very important. Never forget your clamps. So let's scan over these one by one. So as I said a while ago, I was so amazed by the Japanese woodworkers in YouTube. So that's how I got into woodworking. I want to make stuff like theirs. I want to make project like how they do it. And so the tools I got were a Japanese spool saw, I used this for cross cuts, not much for rip cuts because it will be so hard to rip cut by hand. Really, I tried. So my limitation with only using a hand saw is the rip cut. So I cannot control the size that much. Whatever I buy, those 1x4s, 2x4s, 2x6, that's it. I cannot adjust the width that much, but I can cross cut so easily with this type of saw. This is 1,000 pesos. I got it from Shopee. Yeah, I got this from Shopee, and it's been 2 years, and it's still sharp. It cuts like butter, and yeah, get yourself a Japanese spool saw if you are into the woodworking I am into. Next, whatever woodworking you're into, whatever category, you're going to need these. This is a measuring tape and this is a square. There are many iterations and variations of a square, but this is the most basic. You cannot adjust it. It's just square. So first, let's talk about the measuring tape. This is to measure distances, the size of your wood, the length of your wood, what exact measurements you need for the project you're going to make. Yes, to make accurate cuts, to make what else? Yeah, you are going to need a measuring tape, whatever your woodworking is. And then square, this square, well, it's not really a square, it's just like a quarter of a square. But this is called a square to check if your project is 90 degrees. Because more often than not, you're going to need your projects to be square, because if not, it's going to look very awkward. Imagine your legs just like that, or your arms constantly like that. So you need this to check for square. This is a very cheap one, I guess 40 pesos. I did not know much about what the types of squares, but I got so much squares now, and I'm going to show them in my next video. Next, driving tools. So these tools are used to drive screws into your workpieces, into your planks, so that you could screw in, for example, this, and then you're going to you're going to drive your screw in them so that they will join together. So, yep, a driving tool. I already got a drill gun, so much better, but you're gonna get so much muscles with these. Grabe, this is so tiring. And the problem with this also is, yeah, it's tiring anyway. So you will need a driving tool since you're going to use lots of screws. Next, a sanding tool. So I already bought a random orbital sander, but this is what I used in my first year of woodworking. Just a random piece of wood, and then just slap your sandpaper on there, and then just sand your way through your project. So primitive, so simple, so basic, you won't get wrong. And then last, a clamping tool. So this is also important because you need to hold your pieces together so that you could screw them effectively, you could hold them in place, because you cannot, it's so hard to screw and then you're just holding with one hand. No, it's inefficient. You're not going to get it straight more often than not, unless you're very good, very strong. You're going to need, this is a very helping hand, this is an extra hand. This, at first I didn't know how many clamps I need and what type of clamps I need. I got tons of clamps now, but this is what I got as a beginner. This is a C clamp, 4 inches. It's hard, and if I were you as a beginner, I'd get four of these. Yeah, one is so not enough, but I survived the whole year with just one. Yeah, so there, these are the tools that I started with. These are exactly the tools. Well, I used to have a wooden square. I cannot find it anymore. So these are the tools I started with. For the next video, I'm going to show you what tools I got along the way, because I cannot stick with these only. If you want to grow as a woodworker and if you want to make more projects effectively, efficiently, and beautifully, you're going to need a ton of tools. So, yep, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, do all those lovely stuff. Mwah, 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 mwah. Share this video and have a great day. Yun lang. I think I'm gonna sleep. I'm still so sleepy. I hope that was energy enough. I mustered all the energy I could.